So if you've been following this project along from the beginning, I had a little metal, looked like a bracket for something that wasn't attached to anything. Possibly was attached to the original radio. But what I've done is I've attached the relay to that. And now what I'm going to do is, I have a cheat sheet here. The power coming in, this is coming from the battery. It's going to get wired to the blue wire, which is wired to the 30 pin on the relay, and I don't know how they came up with those numbers, but that'll get wired to that. The yellow wire coming out is the power when the relay is triggered. I will take that and run it to the other side where I'm going to mount the fuse box, that extra fuse panel, and I have a little bit of excess wire from the fan relay that is perfect for that because that'll keep it yellow all the way. And then I've already wired the white wire to the ignition on trigger wire so that when I turn the ignition on, it will trigger this relay and provide power from this red wire from the battery, which is going to be hooked to the blue one, to the yellow one, which will go over to this terminal on the fuse box. And then I will run my other accessories off of these terminals off of the fuse box. I only have two for now, so I'm not going to be using two. I've already put female spade connectors on those pins to insulate them so that they can't short out on anything. I don't really think there's anything in that area that can short out on because of the fiberglass body, but you never know. So I'm not going to record it because it's just snipping some wires and stripping and doing one of those solder melt connectors or a heat shrink connector at the end by the fuse box. And then I'll show you on the other side where I've mounted the grounding block. So on the driver's side, I'm going to try to point at it without blocking it, but I've installed the grounding block, and I'm going to run the black grounding wire from the battery to one of these terminals, and then on the other side I'm going to run it on out to the engine compartment. That is all going to sit behind this kick panel, and it'll be covered more or less. I can't get this in from this angle. The other thing I'm going to add to this kick panel, I'm going to drill a hole in it for my switch for my transmission modes so that it will be off of the console. I thought about putting it on the console, and then I thought, man, if I'm driving and resting my elbow on the console, I might accidentally change the modes of the transmission, and I don't want to do that. So there it will be up out of the way and actually close to the grounding block that it needs. So it should work out pretty good.